Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday and you're going to have a beautiful weekend. We're going to start with our Bible trivia. Of course, before we get to that, I gotta tell you a couple of jokes. I don't know why, just have to. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear, of course. Why are vampires so easy to fool? Because they're suckers. Uh, all right. Enough of that nonsense. Let's get on to our Bible trivia. We're going to begin with our questions. Remember, there's 10 questions altogether, and then there's two bonus questions. Bonus questions are optional, but they're worth 3 points apiece. But if you try it and you miss, you lose 3 points. All right, here we go. Foolish and ignorant speculations produce what? A quick answer: quarreling, unity among the gossips. 2 Timothy 2, verse 23 tells us that it's quarreling. Number two, what has the Lord Jesus laid up for all those who have longed for his reappearing? Is it crown of righteousness, gold and silver, or a special seat in heaven? 2 Timothy 4, verse number 8 tells us that it's crowns of righteousness. Number three, Jesus saved us not on the basis of our deeds, but according to what? Was it our desire, his mercy, or our need? Titus 3, verse number 5 tells us the answer is his mercy. Paul argues that since the creation of the world, God's invisible attributes, his power and divine nature, have been able to be seen and understood, so that humanity is what? Without excuse, awed, or curious. Romans 1, verse 20, tells us the answer is without excuse. Number five, if you do what to another, you will condemn yourself. Harm, gossip about, or judge. Romans 2, verse number 1 tells us that the answer is judge. Here's your bonus question: God will repay every person according to what? God will repay every person according to what? You can find this answer in Psalm 62, verse 12, and also Romans 2 and verse number 6. It's his or her deeds. All right, let's move on to our next set of questions. In Jerusalem, on Paul's third missionary journey, who was the high priest of the Sanhedrin? Was it Ananias, Caiaphas, or Lysanus? Acts 23, verse number 2, tells us that it was uh, Ananias. Ananias? Maybe saying that wrong. And Ananias? Maybe it's Ananias. Anyway, as you can tell, sometimes I have trouble with these names. Some of you are probably experts at it, but not me. All right, number two. Paul defended himself before the Sanhedrin, but here it is again. But Ananias became outraged and ordered those closest to Paul to do what? To spit on him, strike him on the mouth, or pull on his beard. Acts 23, verses 1 through 2, tells us that he told him to strike him on the mouth. Number three, when Paul spoke to the Sanhedrin about the resurrection of the dead, what happened to the assembly? It was divided, it was outraged, or people left in a hurry. Acts 23, verses 6 through 9, tells us that it was divided. Number four, who rescued Paul from the Sanhedrin? Was it James, Ananias, or Roman soldiers? Acts 23, verse number 10, tells us that it was the Roman soldiers that saved him. Number five, more than 40 Jews plotted against Paul and vowed to not do what thing until after Paul was dead? Speak, eat or drink, or go home. Acts 23, verses 12 through 14 tells us the answer is eat or drink. And then here's your final bonus question: who informed Paul of the plot? Who informed Paul of their plot to do this? Acts 23, verse number 16, tells us that it was his nephew. All right, there you go. Hope you did well. Let me know how you did in the comments. And again, I hope you have a wonderful weekend.